Hey guys, welcome to another video. So the hype is real, and I say that because um, Motorola is really getting ready to stir up some things on the market. There's a couple of phones that are getting ready to drop. One is a little overpriced, but the Motorola G, which is the Moto G, which is to me more affordable, and it's the same as the Moto X. It's getting ready to drop. Actually, it dropped today, and you should pick that up if you haven't done so. It's a direct competitor for my Nexus 4. And a lot of other high-end devices out there, I think it's a direct competitor for them. And it actually blows a lot of them out of the water. Not as far as specs go, but as far as pricing and total package. It's going to be running 4.3 right out of the box. But it will get this right here, KitKat, in January, and they're guaranteeing that. So you can't go wrong with that. So I brought out the old Nexus 4 because it's still a great device. Haven't used it in a few months now, probably since all the Samsung hype and all the other devices are coming out. But if you have a Nexus 4, I had to put it on charge. You can see there. If you have a Nexus 4, you're not missing out. You definitely should keep your Nexus 4 if you're not going to get the Moto G. The Nexus 5 is a great device, obviously, but if you have a Nexus 4, I would say hold on to it and just take the KitKat update. And you can actually now put the Nexus 4 official launcher right on this, and I'm going to do it here in a little while, and load it up to make it look exactly like the Nexus 5. But nonetheless, I think that the Moto G is going to shock the world. It's $179 for an 8 gig. This was $199 for the 8 gig. The 16 gig is $199. So just having that $20 difference, why they're charging so much for an 8 gig bump, that's how it works. But the fact is, $199 for an unlocked global or US unlocked device, 16 gig, is fantastic. And so I kind of like the Moto G, but once I saw the pricing, I immediately just never got it. I was like, it's not worth $500, $600 to start. And the T-Mobile version is $500. That's just a little ridiculous. So what I did was I held out, got some other devices with the money that I wanted to spend it on, like the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. And now the Moto G is finally here, and I'm going to match it head to head with this device. This device is still a solid device. The battery isn't as strong as I remember. The battery doesn't last very long at all, actually. But this has a 2100 milliamp, and the Moto G has a 2070 milliamp. So I'm curious to see how well it actually stands up against a direct competitor. And I did get the 16 gig version. I thought $20 more, why not? It's better than paying $50 more or $100 more, like some manufacturers do. But nonetheless, the Moto G and this. Let's get on to this new. So what do you think about the Moto G? Great specs. Now let's move on to the new blue phone. It's a 6.9 millimeter device in thickness. It's got a 5-inch display. It's a 720 display. Excuse me, and it's got a 13 megapixel on the rear, 5 on the front. It's got a quad-core processor clocked at 1.5, I believe. But it's not going to be. It's probably going to go ahead and be a MediaTek, which is still, a good quad-core processor. But the point I'm getting across is it's priced at $299, and you got to ask yourself, does that outdo the Motorola G, the Nexus 4, the Nexus 5? It's priced up in the same category as some high-end devices like the Nexus 5 that are unlocked for just a little bit more. So I kind of think Blue, they're going to sell them because people support Blue. I support Blue. But I think it's a little overpriced at $299. I don't think that's the way to go. But they have to make money. They feel like it has an HD display. It does have an HD display. It's just a 720 display. But with last year's specs, are you going to pay $300 for a device? I would pay $200. You know, but I'm a supporter of Blue products. I'll always support them, and I'll more than likely I'll probably pick it up, but no time soon. I'm gonna probably wait it out and wait until the price drops, because my next feature is gonna be on the Moto G versus the Nexus 4. Not gonna put the Moto G up against the Galaxy Note, or might do the iPhone C. That's a great competitor for it. It actually offers a lot more than the Nexus and the iPhone C, but we'll see. It should be they'll start shipping December 2nd, so you'll probably see my video on December 4th. Hoping that it gets here in the 2-day time frame that they're saying. So if you haven't gone and picked up your Moto G yet on this available right now on Motorola, they said it was going to be January when they start selling it, but I guess they couldn't hold out, and here we are. So let's get our hands on the Moto G. That's actually probably going to be the way to go now, you know. And I can't call it a budget phone because it too might have a few last year's specs, but it's a much better package, I think. All right, guys, so check out this. I'm going to load up the Nexus 5 launcher on here, and let's take a look at it. I'll see you in the next video. Let me know in the comments if you're going to get a Moto G, if you know somebody's going to get one, if you think it's worth getting for $179, quad-core unlocked, global and US version. Amazing price. See you in the next video. Okay, Google, what's the weather in New York?